Hello guys, this is Shayon, and here I am with certain questions. Most of you were worried about how to ace the SNAP examination. I know CAT has given you a lot of surprises. Even IIFT has come up with the surprise element in their exam. So now that CAT and IIFT is behind us, let's focus on the next examination. We'll target each examination one by one, and we'll try to crack the examination. So those who are still feeling very low about CAT and IIFT, my honest advice and the only advice for you is that forget about IIFT, forget about whatever have happened in CAT. Go for the next examination. Take every examination one by one to its own merit, and prepare in that exam specific perspective. And then I'm sure that if you are prepared well for it, you'll be able to crack it. ठीक है, डोंट थिंक दैट कैट का प्रिपरेशन कर लिया तो आईएफटी या फिर स्नैप या टेस्ट नेट जो भी वो आसानी से हो जाएगा, वैसा नहीं होता है. एवरी एग्जामिनेशन हैज अ पर्टिकुलर set pattern and set type of questions that they ask. Like in this, you have 40 marks of GK. In Snap, till last year, GK was there. Now GK is not there. So your foundation, your basis has been created by CAT. However, for specific examinations, you need to prepare separately for it. Like we are preparing for SNAP right now. In this slide, in this entire session, I'll be covering 13 questions. And I'll be probably dividing the sessions in 3 parts. If I see that the session is going a bit too long, I don't want you guys to go into YouTube for a long time. It's high time that you prepare for the examinations. But whenever this notification comes to you, whenever you get the YouTube notification of our video, just take out your time and watch the video. I'll try to keep it as short as possible and as elaborative as possible, so that everything gets covered in the video. However, I feel that I'll be making 3 such short videos, so that in consecutive times, so that you are not actually too much logged onto your YouTube. Okay? This is the time where you should be preparing your for the upcoming examinations. So let us take these 4 questions. Pretty simple, but let us understand how to solve these questions in Snap perspective. Okay? If you compare this with the CAT questions, these are very simple questions. However, let us focus on Snap only. Okay? So let's see what the questions are. Okay, the question says that a train is running at a certain speed crosses a person running towards it at 6 km/h in 18 seconds, right? So you know how to solve these kind of questions. If you have done time speed distance, you know this. So this is basically L by X, which is the speed of the train, plus 6, which is the speed of the that guy, would be equal to 18 seconds. So now this actually is incorrect equation. Why? Because this 18 is in seconds and this 6 is km/h. So you need to convert either of the unit and make it a common unit. So I'll try to convert 6 into meter per second. So I'll divide it multiply it with 5 by 80. So this will become 5 by 3, right? Meter per second. Okay. So this is basically X plus 5 by 3 is equal to 80. Okay. This is not the equation. So that's the point where most people get wrong, but you have to be careful about it. So this becomes L is equal to 18x plus 6 into 5, which is 30. Okay. This is equation number 1. The second equation is it takes 30 seconds to cross a platform on its way of length 160 meter. So since this is 160, my conversion of 6 km/h to meter per second is basically a fruitful one. Because otherwise क्या होता, अगर मैं km/h पे लेता तो ये मीटर को भी मेरे को किलोमीटर पे चेंज करना पड़ता, where the concept of fractions will come and all those things will make the calculation a bit lengthier. So this will become L plus 160, the length of the train plus length of the platform, divided by X, because there's only one speed involved over here, and that would be equal to 30. Correct? I hope it's okay. Now, so this is becoming L plus 160 is equal to 30x, correct? And L is, I know that 18x plus 30 should be equal to 160 plus kar do or 30x. So from here I get that 12x is equal to 190, right? And x is equal to 190 by 12. Now this is what? This is meter per second. This is meter per second. However, I want the answer in kilometer per hour. So kilometer per hour करना है तो 190 by 12 into क्या होगा? 18 by 5, correct? So this will be 16 into 3, 16 into 2. This is 95 and this is 19. So 19 into 3 is basically 57 kilometer per hour, and which is option number D. Okay, that's done. Okay, let us look at the next question. I hope there should not be any kind of problem with this. However, if you face any kind of problem, my one point suggestion would be to go back to your time, speed, distance basic books and read the theories and go through the examples. If you still didn't understand, please comment in the comment section below. I'll definitely reply on that. Okay, chalo. I'm erasing the ink. Now, let us move to the second question. If P is a product, S is a sum, and A is the average of the first and natural numbers, then find the then which of the following is definitely false? Option A is P equal to S greater than A. Option B is P greater than S greater than A. Option C is S greater than P greater than A, and option D is none of these. Okay, these are the given options. Now you know that P is basically the product. P is basically the product. Let's say there are n natural numbers, so that would be n1 into n2 into n3 and all these things. Okay, you can write the numbers in any format. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule. Next you have P, and then you have S, and then you have A. So some of the first and natural numbers, you know that the formula is quite popular, n into n plus 1 by 2, and the average would be n into n plus 1 by 2 by n, which is basically n plus 1 by 2. This is the average. Now the product will be basically some of the first n natural numbers, which is 1 into 2 into 3 into like this till n. Okay? This is basically the number. So it's pretty understandable that in normal scenario, P is definitely greater than S is definitely greater than A in normal scenario. This is true. However, we need to understand कि ये कब equal to होगा, कब equal to नहीं होगा, वो चीज भी मेरे को थोड़ा देख लेना पड़ेगा. To be sure of that, which one of the following is definitely false. Okay. Now, let us take two numbers that which is 1 and 2. Let us take two numbers which is 1 and 2. The product would be 1 into 2 is 2. The sum would be 1 plus 2, which is 3. The average would be 1 plus 2 by 2, which is 1.5, right? So from here I can say that sum is greater than product is greater than average, right? S greater than P greater than A. Okay. S greater than P greater than A. Okay. So basically my third option cannot be my answer because it says that which of the following is definitely false. So this is definitely not my answer. Now let us try some other numbers, which is 1, 2, and 3. So the product would be 6. The sum would be 6. The average would be 2. So I can say that P is equal to S is greater than A. Correct? P is equal to S greater than A. So definitely option A is not my answer. Let us take some other examples. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are 4 numbers. So the product would be 4 into 3, 12, 12 into 2, 24. Sum would be 4 plus 3, which is 7, 7 plus 3, which is 10. And average would be 10 by 4, which is 2.5. Correct? So I can say that P is greater than S greater than A. Okay? P is greater than S greater than A, which is what I have already told you in the first beginning. So obviously B is not my answer. So it has to be option number D, which is none of these. None of these is definitely false. Okay? I hope it's understood. Erasing it. Okay, let's move to the third question. Which of the following cannot be the remainder when a perfect square is divided by 9? Perfect square divided by 9, you know perfect square. The simple thing is you need just take perfect squares from 1, 2, 3, all these things and just try to understand some pattern to it. So when 1 square is equal to 1, when divided by 9, you get a remainder of 1. Okay. When 2 square, which is 4, a remainder of 4. 3 square, which is 9, remainder is 0. 4 square, which is 16, remainder is 7. 5 square, which is 25, again remainder is 7. 6 square, which is 36, remainder is 0, which is completely divisible. 7 square is 49, remainder is 4. 8 square, which is 64, remainder is 1. 9 square, 81, remainder is definitely 0. And 10 square, which is 100, remainder is 1. Right? So you can see that what are the possible remainders? 1, 4, 0, and 7. So these are the only possible remainders when any perfect square is divided by 9. Now, why did I take till 10? Because 11 square kya hai? 1 to 1. Correct? 1 to 1, which means a remainder of 4. So basically, the pattern will repeat itself. Correct? So this is something that's going to happen. So which of the following cannot be a remainder? Which is option number A, which is 5. Okay, that's fine. Okay, erasing the answers. Let's move to the next question. 8 men and 6 women can complete a piece of work in 20 days. The basic way of solving this question is 8 men plus 6 women is equal to 20 days. So basically, you just equate it to 1 on the right hand side. So 8 into 20 is 160 men plus 120 women is basically equal to 1. This is equation number 1. 9 men plus 6 women is equal to 3/5 of the work that they do. Correct. So they do 3/5 of the work, which is basically 60% of the work in 11 days. So 100% of the work would be done in how many days? You need to just figure this out. So this will be 5 by 3, which is 55 by 3. So you need to multiply 55 by 3 on the left hand side. So you're getting 165 men plus 110 women is equal to 1, right? Just simply equate 1 and 2 equations. So you get 160 men plus 120 women would be equal to 165 men plus 110 women. That would be equal to 5 men is equal to 10 women. And you get the relation that 1 man is equal to 1 man is equal to 2 women, right? So from here, you can see that just try to take any one component. So you take men. So this would be men would be 16 women plus 6 women. That is equal to 22 women. So this 22 women complete the work in 20 days, correct? I hope you know the MDH wala formula. M1 D1 H1 is equal to M2 D2 H2. So where M1 is in men, where D is the days and H is the hours. So here, since we do not have the component of hours, we ignore that. So it will be M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2, right? We're using the same thing. So the question says that 3 men and 5 women. 3 men is basically 6 women. 6 plus 5 is basically 11 women. So 11 women will do that in D number of days. So I just need to find what is the D. So D is basically equal to 40 days. Okay? And that is my answer, which is option number D, which is none of these. Correct? So there'll be again 4 more questions in the upcoming session, rather upcoming video. Like this, I'll probably take 2 to 3 sessions like this, and we'll eventually discuss how to solve those questions. So basically, we'll keep our focus only on Snap, keeping in mind the difficulty level and also the pattern level of Snap. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you.